Welcome to Wall Street Confidential. What if Paulson's plan goes through, but we still face a recession? Jim Cramer, welcome. You've done some number crunching for us to look at the Dow.
There's some really good debate on realmoney.com. Bob Marson's leading it, which is to say that, there's no new bull market with this plan. I don't know anyone who thinks there is. Yeah. What I want to do is say, okay, look, here's the worst case. The plan goes through. It's erratic. Doesn't really work. Here's what happens. It's not what I think is going to happen. I think that the plan is going to make us money if we bid right. But you're talking about a Dow that I think could be down 22% to 8,378, 8,378, because we'll repeal most of the moves that we've had between the last recession and now. And one of the reasons why we'll repeal them is because most of the entities in the Dow did not increase their dividend. They just bought back stock endlessly. And obviously now we're all considering the notion that the buying back of stock was just a major mistake if you bought it above the worth of the company. And witness the fact that GE today suspended its buyback. The buybacks didn't work. I mean, one of the great things, we'll look back and we'll say, hey, geez, these companies bought back stock, they retired a lot of treasury stock, didn't work at all. It boosted short-term earnings, it created no value. A dividend would actually, most of these companies are afraid of dividend because the economy slows down, but a dividend did create value because it puts a floor under a stock. That's one of the reasons why GE is not down that much. But obviously they spent a lot of money. Let's go through some of these.
Sure.
Caterpillar would go to 61, from 61 to 43. That's where it was before the big BRIC takeoff, Brazil, Russia, India, China. Citi would go back to its July 15th low of $14. I hope it would stay there. I'm not putting bankruptcy on Citi. DuPont would only go back to 40 as a lot of insensitive economic businesses, not as many, much more than people realize, and it's got a decent dividend. American Express, this is probably being conservative. I think it goes to 31. They have a lot of bad debt. Disney would go back to where people felt that there wasn't a lot of discretionary spend. 31 goes to 25. United Technologies goes back to where it was before the BRIC China revolution, which 59 goes to 51. Coke, we found out that's a little more discretionary, which is goes from 50 to 48.
Not too bad there.
No, because Coca-Cola is less discretionary. Triple M, it could be, this is a worldwide recession, goes 68 to 50. GM, in a worldwide recession, goes bankrupt, so it's 10 to 0. GE goes back to 20. We're yield about 6%. I think people would say the liquidity problems might be over because they're not doing the buyback anymore, but I don't think anyone will want to own it. McDonald's very strong, 62 to 58. Home Depot goes back to its July 15th low, 25 to 21, because it's obviously sets back the housing turn. Bank of America goes back to its July 15th low, which is 33 to 18. Wow. Chevron goes back to where oil demand will drop off the face of the earth with the worldwide recession. 85 goes to 54. It'll be stopped there by the dividend, which will finally be around 4%. Hewlett Packard goes not as bad, 46 to 41, where it was before this thing started. And what I think we ought to do is break this into a second video because I've got more prices. But again, I'm looking for a decline of 22% to the Dow, 83.78, back to where we had an exquisite moment where I said that things were finally going to go right after the war started. And we're going to repeal all these points.
Thank you, Jim. Just to clarify for viewers out there, this is not what you expect to happen.
No, I think we're actually head this off, okay? But I think it's very important when you look at what could go wrong. You want to try to figure out, I've been saying, listen, if we don't get the plan or things, plan's too late, we could lose 2,000 Dow points. I'm just detailing where those 2,000 Dow points would come from. I think the plan will work and be profitable. I think that it was sold very wrong by the administration. But I am not a believer that the plan fails. But if the plan fails, let's at least put some cards on the table.
Exactly. Thank you.